Well, greetings everyone. Sorry that I'm not able to be there with you right now, but I think with the technology we have available to us today, we can still make this work. So, the question is, where am I right now? Well, I've been asked by the district, Dr. Ely, and even Dr. Colson right before he left, to participate in what's called the Principals Institute, which is a part of the Public Education Visioning Institute. As our district works in the consortium, we are working as a school district to see how we can change public school. And I am very honored that as a campus principal, I've been asked to participate in this session and this talk, which will be ongoing throughout the year. And so right now, as you're watching this, I'm in Austin learning about our charge for the year. So let's start with something that's been on everyone's mind: traffic. As you can see, this is our lovely home away from home, with Oakwood being right here in the center and all the traffic that's been going on around Oakwood. So, first thing, we've been working with our transportation department to change how our buses flow at Oakwood and also to AMCMS. So the first thing that we've done is we make sure that all of our buses are coming in on Glade Street to help put them right directly into the flow of where we need them to be. And they come into the bus lane, they come in the back, they pick up the kids, and then as they pick up the kids, they're going to be turning left onto Timber Street. We're asking them to bypass Anna Street and then continue down Timber, where they're going to turn left on Park Place, travel down Park Place, and then turn left up Hollick Street. And they're going to continue to flow down to Hollick until they reach AMCMS, where they'll pick up the kids at the front of AMCMS as they've done before. But during the peak time, instead of them turning left, we're asking that they turn right out of AMCMS and then turn right onto George Bush Avenue to help with the congestion that has been occurring in the middle of Hollick Street during the peak times, especially during pickup. So if we take a little bit closer look into our area, one big trouble spot that we've had has been parked cars right next to our pickup lane. And so we're working with the city to make this area right here a no parking zone. But until then, we're reaching out to everyone, staff, not only staff at Oakwood, but staff at AMCMS, but also to our parents to ask, please do not park here, because this has been affecting our flow of traffic with our pickup in the afternoon. Our other plan is that without any cars here, we will have an ability to double stack cars that are turning right into our pickup lanes. So basically we'd have 2 lanes of traffic in this area that we hope to be able to double stack. So if cars are coming in from the right on George Bush, we can start to set up 1 lane on the right side and a 2nd lane in the middle, so to speak, and start to run them up into the pickup lanes. And then as they come up into the pickup lanes, we pick up just like we've always done. But then a key for this component is going to be for us to remove the edge of the curb at the end of our drop-off or in our pickup route. We take this curb out, then we're going to have the ability during peak times to shoot both lanes of traffic to the right, alternating cars from the left lane and the right lane, so that we stop the congestion of turning left onto Hollick. Left turns are really slowing things down, so if we can keep everyone flowing on right turns, this will really go a long ways to keep everything moving. So the buses are going to come up from Timber, and we're asking to try to have all the car traffic coming from the George Bush side. And as you can see, with everyone making right turns, this should help keep things flowing. You've probably noticed over the last few days, because we first started this on Friday of last week, if you're coming in from the Park Place side as a car and trying to come this way, you've been caught behind a lot of buses. And that's the reason for it. So we're really asking for you to come in from George Bush and then turn right onto Hollick into the lanes and then back out to the right again, and then turn right on Anna Street or turn right or left on Park Place. But this is the new traffic pattern that we're working on to increase the flow around our schools. This intersection at Hollick and Anna has become quite the trouble spot with regards to cars sitting on the corners and kids walking out into the street to load up. And so I'm really asking, I've been standing down there at the corner, and I've also been standing over at the Rock, really asking for parents to not pick up their children in the middle of the street, because this is a safety hazard. And I really ask for you to work with us on this. You can pull into our back of our parking lot in the front to pick up kids if you need to, but we're really asking that you stay out of these two areas in picking up your kids, because them running in and out of the street is just an accident waiting to happen. Right turns keep everything moving, and safety is our #1 priority. All right, the food pantry grant. I've submitted a food pantry grant for $5,000 to the Education Foundation. I estimate that it takes around $6,000, possibly a little bit more, to operate the pantry all year. We spend about $7 a student bag, and currently we're serving 27 students. We are identifying students as we speak, and I expect that the number will probably go up into the low 30s. And so we do have startup money left from last year, and we began distribution of the bags at the second week of the school year. So, what can you do to help? Well, we are planning on having a celebrity spelling bee. Oakwood and AMCHS has teamed up, and on October 7th at 6:30 p.m. in the Consol Auditorium, we are planning on having our celebrities all listed here. You could call them celebrities. I don't know if we really are or not. But we're going to be teamed up, and we're going to be working together to help raise some money for the food pantries. So the contestants are going to be able to phone a friend, and of course that's going to cost some money. We're also going to be able to buy our way into a final round. I'm probably going to have some dollar bills in my pocket and buy letters here and there, all in the name of charity and good sportsmanship, of course. But I think that this has a potential for us to have a really nice fundraiser to support the food pantries at both schools. Tickets are going to be sold. I do not have the price of that yet. I'm working with Grace Stanford at Consol, and as soon as I have that information, I'll be putting it out on all of our usual outlets to get the word out to our students and to our parents and to the community. All proceeds will benefit both Consol and Oakwood food pantries. The Consol Food Pantry Board has agreed that they would only take 1/3 of the proceeds and give Oakwood 2/3 of the proceeds, because we are currently serving more students than they are at A&M Consolidated High School. And so this partnership that we've developed with Consol has been very beneficial for us and for our students, and I just look forward to this continuing to grow. Classroom Red Cats. We actually are in need of 14 Red Cats. I went through the building and did a survey of teachers and asked who still is in need of one. We do have special education granted Red Cats that are in classrooms, but we still have a need. We actually added 2 staff member slots this year in the dual language program, and so that was above what I had tallied at the end of last year. We still need to replace Red Cats into our elective courses, and we have a couple of our core area content areas that are in need. And so 14 is our number, and that is the primary fundraising item for the PTO this year that we're continuing to work towards, and talk with your kids about the difference that they notice in a classroom with a Red Cat and in a classroom without a Red Cat. And I think that they're going to tell you that there's a large difference in how much they actually hear the teacher throughout the instructional time in the classroom. And I know the teachers tell me at first they were skeptical of it, but whenever they had them and they started to use them, it's really made a big difference in their instructional practice in their classroom with their kids and keeping their kids' attention and their kids' ability to hear them. And so I think it's money well spent. Fall Fest, I know that this is going to be discussed, and I certainly do not want to step on anyone's toes in conversations about this, but planning is ongoing. We had a meeting last week, and I know we're going to continue to have those meetings. Just to share, my goal for Fall Fest is I want an interactive atmosphere that's fun, and it's not an academic pressure. I mean, there will be some academic type of activities, and that's okay. But it's not an academic pressure. It's more of a fun social interaction where the staff and the students and the parents have an opportunity to interact with each other in a fun atmosphere, in a friendly atmosphere, to build the relationships that we need for our kids to be successful. With all of that, I'm just going to say stay tuned. It's been a busy first 3 weeks of school, as we know, as you know, and it's just going to continue that pace. It's not going to slow down until we hit Christmas break, and that's only because we're going to have a few days off. So make sure that you're paying attention to all of our social media outlets. We've added Instagram this year, so if you're an Instagram user, look for us on Instagram. But always check in on our website, and then Twitter and Facebook as well, and pay attention to your weekly emails. I will continue to send those every week to help keep you as a parent informed of what's going on at Oakwood Intermediate, because it is a partnership between the school and the community, and the school and the parents, and if we all work together, the kids are the ones that benefit. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I apologize for me not being able to be here, but I appreciate what you do, and I appreciate your time. Thank you very much.